Okay, good morning. My name is Maribel Serrano, and today I'll be presenting my presentation on encouraging young adults to register to vote. So to begin, young adults each elections are yet more outspoken and politically conscious of their political party or beliefs. However, the issue occurs when they feel like their vote doesn't count in shaping the government, or they're simply just not being heard. So in the article in 2024 by Sarah Klinoff titled USA Today, we were presented with a percentage overview and comparing 2020 versus 2024. So in 2020, they had a 52 through 55 percentage overview of presidential elections of voters that actually went out and voted, comparing in 2024 when it was a 42 through 44 percentage. So as we can obviously see, in 2024, the percentages were even lower than in 2020. So we're going to explore why is that an issue and why it might be occurring. So, by first going off, two factors that I will be first presenting would be hopelessness slash despair and have trouble registering. So, first, I would like us to understand the two common factors, the ones that I'll be presenting, why they play an essential role. So, this either goes to why the percentages, how I previously shown, are being decreased instead of being increasing. And the other one would be how political concerns or beliefs are being shaped by gender, so female versus male, and also the political party they identify, so Democratic versus Republican. And lastly, it would also be the race. So my first point is hopelessness and despair. So in the article in 2024 by Edward Limpin titled Young Voters Have Growing Power, but Broken Politics Have Them Fatalistic, in this article, I was able to find a quote that shows how Gen Zs are generations, unlike any other, because of the risks they face, having to do with AI, climate change. They end up feeling hopeless due to these challenges and disillusioned with their political system that is unrepresentative of their needs. So, as we can see in the slides that I chose and that I created, we have the Black Lives Matter movement, the pro-life, so anti-abortion, and for abortion, and I also included the unemployment and low wages. So these are problems that I figured were kind of happening throughout these years. Maybe not the Black Lives movements exactly right now, but it was definitely during this era and has to do with Gen Zs. So these are just protests and stuff that we see in today. So the solution that I provided was when voters are feeling resigned due to the candidates that are running, I would encourage them to create a layout. So by this I mean like a list. So write out like the concerns that they have and what are issues that they feel like the presidential have to present. And by that I feel like they could kind of choose like, oh, which candidate is kind of covering what I want to see. And these are the views that I feel like the candidate best covers, how I mentioned, and the ones that they identify with. My next point is trouble registering. So in the article in 2021 titled Ways to Improve Voting in the US by John Davenport, he presented us with a national registry of votes, which what this basically was an independent federal commission and run with blockchain technology to prevent tampering as a section of what they discovered. So it was basically figuring out why the percentage was so low with young adults. If they were so politically concerned, why were they voting? So three things that I found in this website was because of the lacking info. The second was because of they were being really uninterested in like the candidates, the whole presidential election, and lastly, they didn't have enough time, so they wouldn't actually take the time to be like, oh, I'm gonna inform myself on what I need or what I do not need. So my solution for this problem would be ballot ready, and for this I put indicate city, and the second one is local organization for voting for elections. So by ballot ready is basically a website where you can see your personalized ballot, and you can see the voter registration and the plan how to vote. Local registration is this picture that I included. I think you can really see it, but that one it says Los Angeles County, which is where I live. So I'm from LA, so I chose this one, and we could see the general election that was happening November 5, so the past presidential election, and it shows the dates, the hours, and the time period that they was happening. So it's a great representation of what a picture looks like from the website. So you just indicate your city. Um, Now we present the positive effects that would be seen if young voters go out and register to vote. So, for example, I focus on the positive effects that we would see in the next 4 years, as that's when a presidential election comes, not focusing on midterm, but the for election. So by this, I put that we will see a decrease in protests and riots. So that would be like the violence, the breaking in, the damaging stores and private property, as their voices are being represented through voting. If more young adults are handling the voting polls, we will be the canon, the politics will be portrayed by prioritizing their concerns. So we would see a increase in political engagement and a shift in election outcomes. So the overall goal of increasing percentages when registering to vote. Um, Now I want all of us to take a picture or either jot down the name of the website. So as my action step, I'm including the website called vote.org. What this basically is for it's four sections. So this website is divided into four sections, where you could check out the registration, the how to register to vote, um, what else does it say here? The elections reminders and a whole bunch of stuff. But the one that we'll be focusing on is register to vote. It literally only takes 2 minutes. And it asks you for your name, your last name, your address, your date of birth, and a form to contact you. So by registering right now, when you put your information and your info and everything, we would now know when the due dates come, when the presidential elections are happening, and you would get all of that information. Thank you. And again, this is a reminder that we can all be the change. So go vote for your political party and your own beliefs.